Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Shumail Sattar, SS Physics at DPSN College Sahiwal. Today we are going to discuss equations of motion and we will discuss in detail first equation of motion from chapter number 2 kinematics. And our today's objectives are, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to define equations of motion, derive equations of motion for a body moving with uniform acceleration in a straight line using a graph, and to know the limitations of equation of motion. Before going to start our today's topic, let's recall some previous knowledge. First is velocity. As you have already learned, velocity, it is the rate of displacement of a body is called its velocity. We can say that the rate of displacement of body is velocity, and mathematically we can write as velocity which is equal to displacement over time taken. As we know that velocity is represented by V. As we know that velocity is represented by V, displacement by D and time by T, so we can write it symbolically as V is equal to D over T. As you can see that we have used bold-faced letters for V and D. Why? Because you already know that velocity and displacement is a vector quantity while time is a scalar quantity, so that's why we didn't bold T. And from here we can get displacement by rearranging this formula. So we get displacement which is equal to V into T, or we can say that the displacement is equal to velocity into time. This is equation 2.2. Second term is acceleration. You also learned acceleration earlier. Acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity of a body. So mathematically we can write acceleration, this is equal to change in velocity over time taken. And further we can define change in velocity as final velocity minus initial velocity over time taken. So symbolically we can write acceleration which is denoted by A, which is equal to final velocity, that is Vf, minus initial velocity which is Vi divided by T. And this is equation 2.3. Here we can say that acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. If we take the change in velocity over time, we get acceleration. And from here we can also say that this change in velocity is equal to AT. Next we have uniform acceleration. When a body is said to have uniform acceleration, a body has uniform acceleration if it has equal changes in velocity in equal intervals of time, however short the interval may be. As you have already discussed, uniform velocity, uniform speed. So here by applying the same concept, we have uniform acceleration, and we can say that a body has uniform acceleration if it has equal changes in velocity in equal intervals of time. Again, अगर velocity में equal changes आए in equal intervals of time, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि body uniform acceleration के साथ move कर रही है. The last term is speed time graph. As you already know about what a graph is, so in a speed time graph, time is taken along x-axis and speed is taken along y-axis. As you already know that the horizontal axis is known as x-axis and the vertical axis is known as y-axis. So the slope of speed time graph will give us acceleration that will help us in first equation of motion. Now let's start our today's topic, which is article number 2.6. This is equations of motion. So there are three basic equations of motion for bodies moving with uniform acceleration. These are the types. We have three main types of motion, and these equations relate initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and distance covered by a moving body. Here we can define equation of motion as the equations of motion that deals with bodies moving with uniform acceleration and which relate initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and distance covered by a moving body are known as equations of motion. To simplify the derivation of these equations, we assume that the motion is along a straight line. Hence, we consider only the magnitude of displacements, velocities, and acceleration. Here we have some limitations of these equations of motion. So if you have a question to write about the limitations of equation of motion, then you can write that equations of motions can be applied to bodies which moving with uniform acceleration. This is its first limitation, that it deals only with the bodies moving with uniform acceleration. Its second limitation is it deals with bodies whose motion is along a straight line. And the third limitation is, in equations of motion, we only consider the magnitude of displacement, velocities and acceleration. It means we have nothing to do with the directions of the moving objects. So these three are known as the limitations of equation of motion. So here you have two short questions. First is define equations of motion, and second one is write the limitations of equations of motion. Now moving onwards, let's derive first equation of motion. For this, we have to consider a body which is moving with initial velocity vi in a straight line with uniform acceleration a. Its velocity becomes vf after time t. The motion of body is described by a speed time graph as shown in figure 2.26 by line AB. As you can see from this graph, this is figure 2.26, and here you are given a speed time graph which shows that a body that has some initial velocity vi and it starts moving from its initial velocity, and after some time its final velocity is vf. So we get a slope that is represented by AB, this slope, and this slope of this speed time graph will give us acceleration. Now firstly, before driving first equation of motion, you have to understand this graph carefully. As you can see that the area under this slope will give us the distance, but before calculating distance, we can see that this portion can be divided into two different geometrical shapes. One is the triangle that is labeled as ABC, and other one is the rectangle which is this portion ODCA. Now in first equation of motion, we are only interested to calculate this acceleration from this slope of this line AB. We have nothing to do with the distance, as you can calculate the distance in other equations of motion. So the motion of body is described by a speed time graph as shown in figure. As we have already discussed, the slope of line AB is acceleration A. The total distance covered by the body is shown by the shaded area under the line AB. This is the shaded area under this slope or under this line AB. This whole shaded area will give us the distance of the body. Equations of motion can be obtained easily from this graph. Now we are going to calculate first equation of motion. Speed time graph for the motion of a body is shown in figure 2.26. As we have already discussed this, here O is the origin, the body which is at point A. Here its velocity is vi, and after reaching at point B, its velocity becomes vf, and along the x-axis we have taken time. Here we can label these points as this point as D, this point as C, and this is B. Here this portion BC will give us the gain in speed. अब यहाँ अगर हम gain in speed को calculate करना चाहें तो simply हम क्या कर सकते हैं? We can subtract VI from VF. So by calculating VF minus VI, we will get the gain in speed which is equal to AT. Why? Because we already know that change in velocity is equal to the product of acceleration and time. Now for driving first equation of motion, firstly we have to calculate the slope of line AB which will give us acceleration, and as we can see from the figure, we have to find the slope of this line AB, and for this we have to assume this portion, this triangle, and by applying Pythagoras theorem to this triangle we get hypotenuse which is equal to perpendicular over base. So by putting the values of all these, hypotenuse, which is equal to acceleration, this should be equal to perpendicular, that is BC, over base, which is AC. So we get acceleration, which is equal to BC over AC. Now we can calculate the value of BC from BD minus CD. As you can see that to calculate the value of BC, you have to calculate the value of BD and CD. जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं कि BC की वैल्यू को कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हम सिंपली क्या कर सकते हैं, इस पूरे पोर्शन में से इस CD पोर्शन को अगर सब्ट्रैक्ट करें तो बाकी हमारे पास जो बचेगा वो होगा BC, और इसी BC की वैल्यू हमने कैलकुलेट करनी है। तो इस वैल्यू को कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हम इसकी जगह पे अप्लाई करवा सकते हैं BD माइनस CD डिवाइडेड बाय OD। नाउ केयरफुली सी दैट BD which is equal to VF CD which is equal to VI and AC which is equal to T. So by putting the values of all these factor, we have BD which is equal to VF, CD which is equal to VI and OD which is equal to T. Now by putting all these values in this equation, we get acceleration A which is equal to VF, final velocity, that is the value of BD, minus VI, initial velocity, that is the value of CD, divided by T, that is the value of OD. So from here you can get VF minus VI which is equal to AT. So by rearranging this equation, we can get VF minus VI which is equal to AT. This is equation 2.4, and now we have to calculate first equation of motion. So we will shift this VI factor towards right, and as you know the basic mathematics rule that VI which is negative on the left side of the equation, but when we will shift it towards the right side of equation it becomes positive. So by moving it towards the right side of equation, we get VF which is equal to VI plus AT. Since AT is already positive and VI is also positive now, why? Because we have shifted it towards the other side of the equation. Now we have first equation of motion, which is equation 2.5. This is VF is equal to VI plus AT. That is final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. This is our first equation of motion. Now it's time for your self-assessment, and question number 1 is choose right answer. I have given 4 options for each of the question and you have to choose most appropriate answer for these questions. First question is SI unit of velocity is option A meter second, option B meter per second, option C meter per second square, and option D per meter per second. Question number 2 is the equations of motion for bodies moving with uniform acceleration are of option A 2 types, option B 3 types, option C 4 types, option D 5 types. Third question is SI unit of acceleration is option A meter second, option B meter per second, option C meter per second square, and option D per meter per second. Now the question number 2 is write short answers. First short question is define equations of motion. As I have already told you in the lesson that what are equations of motion or how can you define equations of motion. So you just have to define equations of motion. And the second question is write the limitations of equations of motion. And question number 3 is learn and drive first equation of motion. So you have to learn the first equation of motion and you also have to write first equation of motion on your copies. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening.